Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This session is session 3 of NLP 14s, and in this session I'm gonna talk about post tagging. First of all, I'm gonna go through the theory, and then we're gonna have some coding part. Then I'm gonna go through NER, name name entity recognition, and then we move to bag of words. Again, I'm gonna go through the theory, and we have a coding part for that as well. Okay, and finally I'm gonna give you an assignment, and actually I solved this assignment by myself. I'm gonna provide you the link to the assignment. Okay. Okay, let's get this started. So first of all, let's talk about post tagging. Post tagging is like a part of a speech, and it means the grammatical rule of each word in the sentence. Okay, like the verb, noun, adjective, or whatever. So it means in each sentence we have some words that each word play a role in the sentence. Okay, and by using part of the speech we can find that. Okay, so let's go to coding part. So first of all, this one, yeah. So I use spaCy here, and this is I just load a English model, simple English model. This is the model that I used previous time as well, and this is the text that I want to find pause, and so I just process the text. I gave it to a model, and then token. This is the for loop token index means each is that's gonna go through all the words in the sentence, and token.text will provide the word, and token.pose will provide the pose of the word. Okay, and if you see the output here, for example, she is pronoun, and if you see again, quickly is adverb, and the ran is verb. And if you just need to know one of them, and you have no idea about that, for example, uh, about this one, for example, DTE, you can use spaCy dot explain and the name of that. For example, like here, I want to check ADP. Okay, I just put it here, and if I check it, that's gonna give me the definition of that. Okay, and by the way, this is all the categories that we need. We have in our model, and we can find all of them by this line. Okay, the label gonna give us all the category of POS that we have in this model. Okay, and I just put some description here. You can actually take a look and understand. Okay, so let's back to presentation. So I want to talk about NER, and if you remember in other sessions, I mean like earlier session, I a little bit talk about NER, but here I'm gonna give you a short description. So pause is like grammar role of a word, but NER is real word label. For example, if I provide the name of a guy or something like that, that's going to give me this is a person. Or for example, if I provide Germany or something like that, that's going to give me any other of that is like a country. Okay, so it's like this. Let's go to coding part. So it's really simple. Again, I load the English model. I have a sample text here. I process the text here, and then doc dot ends look for detected entities, and by this one so just the name of the text, I mean the word that I'm using, and dot label gonna give me what I'm looking for, okay? And again, I provide all the categories for name entity. And again, if you don't know one of them, you can just use spaCy.explain and the name of the NER, and that's going to provide you some description, okay? For example, GPE for here is for countries, cities, or states, okay? And this is the NER and bag of words. So bag of words is one of the simplest way to turn text into numbers, okay? And if you know about the CountVectorizer, so it's a tool in SQL that creates bag of words automatically. Okay, so and let's go to coding part. I will provide you something more. Okay, so here I just use spaCy, but if you see, I load the model. I have sample sentences, and I use a counter token and text.lure that's gonna change every letter to lower. Okay, for example here Alice is something like uppercase is the start with uppercase. After this point, after applying this one, that's gonna change it to lowercase. Okay, and for token in doc is this one. Okay, and the sentence that I have. And if it's not point, it means if it's not, for example, dot here. Okay, so that's gonna give me something like this. It's gonna tell you at least in this actually these two sentences. That's gonna take it as one sentence. Okay, Alice here just happens two times. Apples happen two times again, and the likes happen one, and it's happened once again. Okay, and if we go to CountVectorizer, we have something like this. We have the sentences here, so we gonna so just give the text to our model CountVectorizer, and that's gonna give us a vocabulary, and finally the count on each sentence. Okay, for example, vocabulary is like Alice, apples, eats, and likes. Okay, and count is like this. For the first one, so Alice happens only once, so this is one, and the like, sorry, apples in the first sentence happens once, okay, and the third one it's 0 time, and we put 0 here, and likes in the first sentence just happen once, okay, and second one is like this: Alice happen once, apples happens once, and one for its, and for the legs we put 0 because we don't have any word like legs or something like that. Okay, in here we need to have exactly the word legs. Okay, and as you know we don't have it. So let's back to presentation. Okay, for the assignment, I ask you guys to use Amazon Find Reviews dataset, and just find POS, NER, and bag of words. Okay, and this is the link to the dataset, and I just actually have done this by myself again. So I load the data, and yeah, I just use the a smaller or subset of the data for the speed, and I just use something like 100 rows. Okay, hundreds, I mean 100 records. Okay, and here I just install and load spaCy, and again load the English model, and here I find the post. Okay, and you can see here for each word we have the real word or actual word and the pose of that. Okay, and I have done similar thing for actually for NER, and finally we're gonna have something like this. Okay, I'm gonna provide you actually this script, and you can read it by yourself. And by the way, if you let me just tell you something. So we just this session we just talk about pose tagging, NER, and bag of words. Okay. And by the way, guys, if you have any question, any concern, please let me know in comments. Okay. Otherwise, see you in next video. Thank you so much and have a good time. Bye.